And the first one is that more and more people are buying their phones online. And see, online is an arena in which Apple's traditional advantages, these beautiful storefronts packed with friendly, well-trained staff and really spaced out, expensive-looking products, don't really help them. In fact, one of Apple's strongest sales channels was word of mouth. This aspirational effect, this kind of, oh, I see my friends using iPhones, I want an iPhone. This doesn't really work as well online. Competitors are now a single click away. And so while past Apple could get away with comparing each iPhone just to the last iPhone, current Apple is having to shout about their advantages over Samsung and over Xiaomi. You can even tell that their latest iOS 14 software was just built to fill in the gaps, to offer a lot of the features that iPhones were previously lacking versus Android, like home screen customization, picture-in-picture mode to sort of multitask. So this online transition is a part of it. But the second big thing is that people are now upgrading their phones less. This is the single biggest catalyst to the change that you see in Apple. Or in other words, any user you can convince to buy an iPhone will now most likely be an iPhone user for at least 3 to 4 years before they consider buying another phone, compared to the 2 years you might have had with them before. And so, as this transition happens, Apple is now making more money than ever off subscription-based services like Apple Music and iCloud, and proportionally less from selling physical devices. The goal now is less about making sure that you buy the latest and greatest iPhone, and more about making sure that you're just using an iPhone and consuming these Apple services. Like, who would have thought 5 years ago that Apple would be effectively baking ads and offers into their software, pushing users towards them? And if we assume that in the future this upgrade window is going to get even larger, let's say people start upgrading once every 5 years, then it becomes more important than ever to get those users on Apple platforms now, before it's too late, while consumers are still somewhat open to switching platforms. So, this is why Apple is now trying to be price competitive. This is why Apple is now offering a product for every type of user, even if it does somewhat impact their reputation as a company who only makes top-class products. This is why Apple just announced a MacBook, which they're saying has a 3.5 times faster CPU, a 5 times faster GPU, 9 times faster machine learning, all with twice the battery, for the same price. This is why Apple is on the offensive, why they're literally taking other companies now and trying to pull their pants down, make fun of them. Their past strategy of pretending other companies didn't exist, it was great in terms of building loyalty with existing customers. But Apple is changing because they realize now they want to build that base. Apple wants new customers. And once they get those customers, they have a pretty good way of keeping them. You've seen this new HomePod Mini, right? It's their latest smart speaker, and it's a third of the price of their last HomePod. This new Apple Watch Series 6 is faster and brighter than the Series 5, but cheaper. Why? Well, fundamentally it's the fact that these products work terribly with Android phones. So if you want to buy a HomePod Mini, or you want to buy an Apple Watch Series 6, you kind of need to also buy an iPhone. And then when you do eventually buy a HomePod or an Apple Watch, you pretty much can't switch away from that iPhone, because you know you'd have to ditch them. They're basically Apple's lock-in mechanisms.